started about 4 or 5 years back when Walmart came and audited us because we are a major supplier to Rubbermaid. And Rubbermaid supplies a lot of products to Walmart. So when they came and when they audited Hostel, like most companies, we failed. The hostel was dirty, the floor was sticky, it smells, the sink was not working, the toilet was blocked, everything that can go wrong. And you get cockroaches, you get ants, near the kitchen area and all that. So after that audit, I asked myself, there's only so much I can push. How can I get my people to want to do it and do it willingly and be happy doing the job? So I came up with an idea about coming up with a competition. And just like competition, then we have an audit team. We started an audit team, but I also told my team, we have to tell them what we audit on. It's like, some people have the wrong impression. If you're all of us in the team, if your passing mark is easy, everybody gets high mark, your test is simple. In my subject, many people fail. It's very difficult to pass. Then my questions are tough. I said, no, that would be wrong. The idea of having all this is to tell people what we're going to test them on, what are the chapters, what's subject, and so that everybody learns and everybody gets high marks. That is the point. You start with this. Then maybe, let's say we start with science today, chapter 1 to 5. After everybody gets good marks, then the next one is science again, chapter 6 to 10, and you move on. This is one sure way of making sure everybody understands and people are motivated to keep moving on, because when you get good marks, people feel proud, they're encouraged, they're motivated. So we came up with basic thing. Number one is safety. No compromise on safety. Every hostel has a fire extinguisher, and their job is to make sure that the fire extinguisher stays within the remark, meaning the pressure is there. And if it goes beyond that, it's not their fault. They have to inform us and we get people to service it. Number two, we make sure that everyone has that first aid box. And the first aid box will be equipped with all the necessary things. The Panadol, the gauze, the scissors, the plasters, or whatever. And then we also make sure that people do not get addicted to Panadol. So that person has to take care of it. And then, of course, then we also check to make sure that the kitchen is clean, that we give them all the insecticide or whatever to make sure everything is clean. And then we also told them what are the criteria. Then after the safety is taken care of, the cleanliness. The floor must be wiped clean, must be mopped clean, it must not be sticky, you must not hang your clothes all over the place. And of course, to do that, we invested a big amount in all the hostel. We changed all the double-decker beds. We put in new mattresses. We put in new mattress cover, pillow covers and pillows, so that everybody starts on level playing field. And we also make it clear that to make sure that this works, you see we have 12 workers per hostel, 4 rooms, one unit, nice block like that. 6 work in the morning shift, 6 work in the night shift, so that you do not have to fight and rush for the toilet. Then we also make it clear, for example, all of you work very well, but I'm the monkey in the hostel. And couldn't be bothered, I don't do a good job. So the hostel is going to be dirty. And after a while, nobody wants to be the leader anymore. So we let them choose a leader with an assistant. And the leader and the assistant are given an allowance. And if they don't do a good job, we don't decide. The team will decide who they want to choose. And they elect among themselves. That way we give them autonomy, we give them the authority and also the freedom to choose the leaders. Of course, when this happens, we can identify leaders. Who are those potential leaders who can lead? And these are also the people who will then be given more responsibility to communicate with the people in this team. And from there, we also pick leaders from there to do more responsible jobs. And of course, then when this happens, people know. Initially, when we started, we make it more easy for them. We tell them which day we are coming. Okay, so they prepare themselves, they keep it clean, and it wasn't easy. It was a long process. And then we celebrate on a monthly basis. Every month, at the end of let's say we started in January, for example, early February, we will assemble the whole team together. Then we will announce the winners, and then my team came up with the idea of giving them small presents, hampers like that, which I thought was good. It's not so much of what we give them. We give them like groceries, sugar, basic necessities, and then it was more of the pride that they recognize they're doing a good job. And later on, as we progressed, it became more and more competitive. Then we didn't tell them which day, we told them which week. And then we also didn't tell them, then we also raised the bar, because people became more and more, everybody became cleaner and cleaner. So which was exactly what we wanted. So we did all that, and then later on, they changed again. They said, hey, let's do it every month, audit every month, but then we give the price on a quarterly basis. Because that way, we can then accumulate the prices together and give better prices. And the company I also approved to give a higher budget. So we ended up giving them sofa set, dining set, a freezer, fridge, TV, depending on who wins the competition. The winner, the champion, will get to keep a trophy for 3 months. After that, they bring it out again. And of course, for the next 3 quarters, they cannot compete, but they will be audited. Because we want more people to benefit, to win it. And it's also more fair. And when people see that they have this opportunity, people keep on improving. And when Walmart came and audited us again, there was this lady who has been with Walmart for 7 years, doing ethical sourcing, based in Shenzhen. So imagine the kind of factories, hostels she has seen in China, Vietnam, India, Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, you name it. And when she came and looked at the hostel management, she said, wow, this is clean. I said, this is the average. Let me show you the champion. And the first reaction was, wow, this is cleaner than my house. I said, thank you. And this is how we do it. And people ask me, you are the CEO, Callum, why are you looking at hostel management? To them, it's like, am I micromanaging? And I said, the point is, I'm not looking at hostel. Number 1, I'm looking at culture. Number 2, I'm looking at welfare. Number 3, I'm looking at discipline. I said, when all this are in place, people understand and people appreciate, and everything will fall in place. I said, imagine, we all go and work in Bangladesh, for example, and as usual, the hostel stinks. Nobody wants to go back to the hostel after work, so we loiter around. The place is hot, it's dirty, we end up smoking, drinking, gambling, getting mugged, getting into fights and all that. And the next day, at the end, when we're really tired, we have no choice, we just go back and sleep. But when we sleep, our sleep will not be peaceful because the place stinks. It's noisy, it's sticky, and you toss and turn and all that. So, on the other hand, you have a hostel that's very clean, where everybody works as a team to manage and keep it clean because it's special interest, and they take pride being the champion of it. Or they're fighting to become one of the champions. Why are you always winning and you don't win? They ask me questions. So people are well rested. Next day when they come to work, number 1, less accident. Number 2, less absenteeism. Number 3, less MC. Number 4, higher efficiency. Number 4, 5, they're more alert. And the higher yield is good, everything is good. So this is what we're looking at. And of course, when the place is clean, when the discipline is there, whatever we implement again is easy. So I'll ask one simple question. If you can keep your hostel so clean, why can't you keep your work area clean? It's the best step. And you see, we don't scold. Number 1, I make it very clear to my people, no slapping or hitting people. I don't care who you are, I don't care how wrong they are or how right you are. No abuse. Cannot hit them, cannot strike them. Number 2, cannot ask them about their parents. Using vulgar words, all those things. Everybody has a mother and say, you must respect yourself, you must respect them. Anything, let's sit and talk. If they're not happy working here, they don't follow instruction, we give them the opportunity, we give them a chance, then we send them back. One example was when this guy started gambling, in one of those illegal casinos around the area. And we told him that if you came here to work hard to send money back. Now like that, he was absent for 2-3 days, that's how we found out. Gambling non-stop, like addicted to it. In the end, we sent him back, even though we're short of workers. And this is what we do. We want people to appreciate working, and then of course, my job, when I told them when I came, my job is every time we have a new batch of people, I will make sure that when we meet them in the airport, when they come out, that they have at least some bread and water to drink. Because many people have the misimpression, they have the misunderstanding that when you come to the airport, you take your bag, you check out, you go out. I said, not foreign workers. They were kept there they will be kept there for a few hours until people have all gone out, they have free time, then slowly they come out in a group. Then only go to custom, which means that they will be there for a few days, at least 6-7 hours, and they will be hungry. So I always make sure that they have, the moment they get on the bus, they at least have some break, have a bottle of water to keep them, feed the tummy first. And the moment they get on the bus, our people, our HR team, then call back to the hostel, and then we will then get the caterers to prepare hot food. We make sure the rice is hot, the dal or whatever, the curry, everything is hot. And when they come in, they have a full meal, and where it's their kind of food. They're well rested, then we let them rest until the next morning. Late afternoon, then we'll come in, and I will greet them, introduce them, introduce myself through the interpreter, shake hands with them, and welcome them.